Hi everyone, today's mini lesson is 1-5 solving simple inequalities. We're going to solve and graph the first inequality here. It's a two-step inequality. I put a two-step on here because I think we are strong enough that we can do those at this point. We're going to solve it just like an equation, except when we go to write our final answer, we're going to be graphing it so that we get all of the numbers that should be included in our answer. So we have 5r plus 10 is less than or equal to 30. Instead of adding 10, we're going to do the opposite operation. We're going to subtract 10 from both sides of the inequality. We're left with 5r is less than or equal to 20. Then our final step here would be to divide by 5, because it's the opposite of multiplying by 5. r is less than or equal to 4. Now, we could just leave the answer like that, except that doesn't represent all of the numbers that are less than or equal to 4. So we're going to graph. I like to put on my graph the number that is included in the answer, along with a number greater than it and a number less than it. You may graph multiple ways are acceptable. Now, we have to choose whether we're going to have an open or closed circle at 4. Because it's or equal to, that means the answer includes 4, and we're going to fill in the circle. It's going to be less than r. So the numbers that are less than 4 are 3, 2, 1, etc. So I'm going to draw my arrow facing those numbers. It wouldn't point towards the 5 because 5 is larger than 4. In the next example, we're going to write the inequality and we're also going to graph it as well. Fern wants to make more money than Caitlin over summer break. Caitlin will earn $4,000 this summer. Fern babysits for $10 an hour and also makes a lump sum of $2,500 for lifeguarding. How many hours will Fern have to babysit to earn more than Caitlin? The key word here is more, meaning greater than. She wants to earn more money than Caitlin. Caitlin, we know, is going to make $4,000. To make more than that is going to be greater than. We could put or equal to, but she wants to make more, not equal to, Caitlin. Fern, no matter what happens, makes $2,500 for lifeguarding. And, so plus, she makes $10 an hour. So H is going to be our variable, and it's the number of hours that she spent babysitting. Sorry for the handwriting here. So 10H. Now we're going to solve like normal. First, I'm going to move the piece that's not touching our variable. That's usually easiest to do. So I'm going to subtract 2,500. 4,000 minus 2,500, 1,500. And we still have 10H on the left. Lastly, I'm going to divide by 10. H is greater than 150 hours. We're going to label it because it's a word problem. She has to work more than 150 hours in order to earn more money than Caitlin. Here's a graph just to practice our graph. I'll do 150, 200, and 100 just to give us some variety. It's going to be an open circle because we don't want to include 150. She wants to at least work basically 151 hours. So more than would be facing the right. Then our last example, write the inequality that represents the graph below. So we're going to take the graph and go backwards and say what actually represents this number line. So we're looking at all the numbers, it's pointing to the right, that are bigger than -3. So we can choose any variable. I'm going to choose N for Nettles. You can choose whatever your last name is too if you'd like. N is going to be greater than -3. It's all the numbers bigger than -3. I'm not going to put the or equal to sign because it does not include -3 because there is an open circle there.